It's 5:45. I've taken a break. I've had a little snooze so that I can restore my energy levels, and I'm going to get back out and run until the end of this event. So I have about 2 hours and 45 minutes of running to go.
It's a little bit before 6. Angus is back up, and he is getting ready to go out. We actually did get him to take a little bit of a break. The volunteers that showed up in the middle of the night to take him through this last session, they've actually been out there running for the last few hours. I'm not sure what's wrong with them, but something fundamentally anyways.
6 a.m., the morning was the hardest part for me, by far. I was really become a bit of an emotional mess at this particular time because it was just starting to overwhelm me. I'm just amazed at the amount of support I've had from my friends and my family and colleagues to help me get through this run. I just want to ensure that I've shown that I've been able to do my best by running through for 25 hours consistently, and I'm hoping that we're able to raise our $25,000 goal for the Calgary Food Bank. And with all those thoughts going through my head at once, it became hard to kind of keep all my emotions in check.
It's going to be pretty tough yesterday morning, that's for sure.
How you feeling? How's the body?
I'm fairly tired. I'm really tired, but considering where we were yesterday, it's good.
It's 6:20 in the morning, December 17th. This is our first Amble in our new location, 9th annual Amble with Angus at Eau Claire Market. And as you may see, we're setting up right now.
This is our Nose Creek Sport Physical Therapy booth, so we're doing pre and post massage for the participants and athletes, and anyone that gets hurt during the event, they can come to us and we can have a look at them, assess them, and also follow up them later on in our clinic if they do have something fairly serious that needs some help.
Yeah, I had runners all day. I'm really blessed with all the co-workers I have and family members.
Walking over to the start line to ensure that I can get up in front of all the runners. We have hundreds of runners. It's the largest crowd ever. I think we have at least 400 runners. To stand up and say thank you for taking the time to join us this morning.
I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming and taking the time to join in the 9th annual Amble with Angus. Hope you got a whole bunch of runners coming here today. I really appreciate your donations and your participation this morning, because every donation that you make, whether or not it be small or large, has a ripple effect and helps other people in our community. So I really appreciate that you're taking the time out of your busy day at this time of year to participate this morning. But have fun out there, and again, thank you very much for coming this morning. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So we'll all go right underneath. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
With minutes to spare before the Amble with Angus, there's a great energy in the crowd. People seem to be really pumped. And I'm also very excited because this is going to be my last lap, and I'll be able to call it a day. I'm also a little bit sad too at the same time because it's actually been a great personal experience. I've just had such wonderful support throughout the entire evening that it's probably going to be a moment that I don't forget for a very long time when I cross the finish line.
Okay, so the first runners have come in on the lap on the actual 5K Amble. First runners came in right around the 20-minute mark, which is pretty good for any kind of a 5K. Although, I mean, you have to take a look at these guys, and it's really cold, really windy, and slippery out there. It's pretty amazing to get around this course in that kind of time. We don't expect to see Angus coming by in anything less than 50 minutes at this point in time. He's moving pretty slow.
So how was it?
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, was it a hard 5K?
Great run. Cold 5K.
Really?
Good job, buddy. Nicely done.
You've been good.
Nice work. Great.
Seven minutes to go, and I'm kind of wondering if Angus is going to make the nice dramatic finish to sort of coincide with the time. So I'm going to give him a call and try and figure out where on the course he is. Just crossing the bridge. Excellent, excellent. Can you make it in 7 minutes or less?
As I'm getting closer in the last kilometer to the finish line, I receive a telephone call from Charles asking me, how far away am I? I said, well, I'm only about 600 meters away. He tells me that there's 6 minutes left on the clock. That was a great motivator to try and get home. And as I crossed Princess Island, I noticed that there are tons of people waiting for me to get to the finish line.
We talked to Angus, and he's only a few hundred meters out. So we're going to send, we've got a whole batch of school kids that have been waiting at the start line, or at the start-finish line, and they're actually going to go out and meet him and run with him for the last couple hundred meters.
As I get closer, I can see that there's these school kids waiting to run along beside me. And they join me for the last 200 meters, and we all cross the finish line together. And at the finish line there were a number of people waiting to celebrate the completion of this 25-hour run. But most importantly, there were some of my very close friends who were there, including Charles and Jason and my spouse, Heather, and waiting to catch me.
We got a couple minutes to go, and we got Angus coming across the line with a whole bunch of kids. These kids actually ran the 5K a little bit earlier, and they've hung around the finish line waiting. This is an absolutely fantastic moment.
This morning's Amble with Angus was great. We had a great turnout. We had hundreds of runners. I haven't seen the tally in terms of dollars we raised, and just finished my 25-hour run. And I feel like Forrest Gump. I'm glad I don't feel like running anymore. It's time to go home.
Forrest Gump once said, I'm feeling kind of tired, it's time to go home. And that was one of the feelings that I had. But the other feeling that was going through my head is that I'd done my best. I'd done my very best. I'd done my very best to stay up and upright for 25 hours of running as a group, because it wasn't just me alone, because I had people that had organized the event, I had sponsors that had helped the event, that had made this a success, that we had done it together as a group. We had raised $25,000 for the food bank.
All right, so Angus beat the clock, and he's here watching it count down to 0. I think we've all been waiting for this moment for about 25 hours. Personally, I think I've caught the flu that he had, so I have to go home now and lie down some.
You did it!
I did it, man. It's all over.
You know, running 100 and some K in minus 15, that's pretty, you should be pretty proud of that.
But the most important thing, obviously, that we've done over the past 24 hours is to raise funds for the Calgary Food Bank, because I think the people here today, they've made small donations, they've made some large donations at the same time, but there's a ripple effect that goes through this community. And it's going to have a lot of impact on a lot of families, and I think that's the most important thing we could have done over the past little while.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget. To me, this event was a great personal experience. I mean, forget about the amount of kilometers, forget about running for 25 hours. The two most important things will be the personal experience. The experience I shared with all the volunteers during the course of the evening. The experience I shared with all the organizers of the event, and most importantly, it'll be the funds that we've raised for the Calgary Food Bank, which I'll remember.
This has been a fantastic experience. Every year this event has got bigger and better, and to tie it into something like the 25-hour run, I think is really fantastic. We've hit our goals in terms of raising cash for the food bank, and I achieved a personal goal of not having Angus expire during this event. So we got him to the finish line. He's still standing. I think he's actually smiling, so we'll send him home and get him some rest.
What's in store for next year? That's hard to say right now. I think we're all recovering. And it's funny, because it's the one thing that people always ask you when you do something big, right?
We'll definitely be doing something next year. Even though next year is the 26th anniversary of the food bank drive, we will not be running for 26 hours.
Unwritten story, your picture perfect.